Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube channel Learn Well Teach. Today let's explore the VPC components in our video. So don't get scary, even when I make this diagram I get scary. So I make sure to explain each component one by one. So let's dive deep into it. So first and foremost, let us go from here. Let's assume we are it's AWS cloud, right? Because all the VPC components and all the regions are definitely it has to be in this AWS cloud. It is generic, so forget about this. Don't think much about this. Okay. So let's come to this one. The point number two, which is region. How many regions are there? There are a lot of regions are there in AWS. Mumbai region, US, North Virginia, uh, West. Uh, East Coast or West Coast, so US East 1, US West 2, so like that we have one region, okay, and this represent that one, okay. So let's coming to the another one, okay. The another one is availability zone. Here I am choosing either here the availability zone, right here, this is availability zone, okay. So in each region we have availability zones. Let's say for example some 4 to 6 availability zones are there in each region, okay. So for example, in Mumbai region, we have 4 data centers like that. It's kind of that, okay. So remember like this. That's called availability zone, and I will explain deep dive into it. Let's remember that, for example, in Mumbai region, I have 4 data centers like that, okay. In that, I'm choosing only one availability zone, okay. Just one availability zone. Let's say in Mumbai Bandra region, I have chosen. In Mumbai Bandra region is my availability zone, okay. That's what for now. So again, I repeat. Mumbai region, available zone, Bandra region. Okay. In Mumbai, we have Bandra. Assume like this. Now let's coming to the actual VPC component. So here you have the entire VPC is here. This green line, green color. So what we assume is we create a VPC. Point number one. Point number two. In our VPC, we have two subnets. One is public subnet. This one. Another one is private subnet. Okay. What is the difference between a public subnet and a private subnet? Okay, so that's very simple, my dear friends. Public subnet has access to the internet and private subnet has no access to the internet. You can ask me, can you show it to me? Sure, definitely. For example, this EC2 instance has access to this router, which is this router has access to this internet gateway. Okay, whereas this EC2 instance, if you observe, has access to this is called NAT gateway. Okay, that's the only difference. Again, I will dive deep into it, each every component. So don't worry for now. So again, I repeat, what's the difference between public subnet and private subnet? The EC2 instance in this public subnet have access to the internet. It will go this way, but whereas the EC2 instances in this private subnet will go just to this NAT gateway, and this is NAT gateway. Okay. Now, so we have seen VPC, we have seen public subnet, we have seen private subnet, and we have observed that there is one EC2 instance in public subnet, there is a EC2 instance, the two EC2 instances in private subnet. Okay. Now, yeah, we have seen different components. Now let's explore the other components as well. Let's explore this component called security group. What is security group? Assume that VPC is a land and public subnet is a one apartment building. Let's say the 25 apartment buildings, and private subnet is 25 25 store, like 25 rows apartment building. Okay, and assume that the security oh, I'm sorry again, I repeat, with the wrong comparisons might spoil this. Let us have another comparison. Yeah, okay. So here in this public subnet we have an EC2 instance. Okay, EC2 instance cannot be hacked by somebody else who is in anywhere in the world. Let's say, for example, this is the instance in this Mumbai Bandha region. Okay, anybody. Let's say, for example, I'm in Andhra Pradesh. Somebody is in here. Somebody is in West Indies. Somebody is in Australia. Anybody can't able to access to this security group. I mean, any person can't able to access to this EC2 instance. Okay, to make sure we have a security group. Okay, and what the security group do is it has some rules and regulations. Okay, so only some ports are allowed to access this VPC, sorry, to access this EC2 instance. Similarly, this one also. Only some ports are able to access this EC2 instance. The same with this. Security group acts as a firewall. You can say firewall, okay? Let's say, for example, security group is like a watchman in our apartment, okay? You can go outside. EC2 instance is you. You can go outside. But if somebody wants to enter into your apartment or apartment building, let's say this okay, security group is like a watchman. Okay, security group is a watchman will ask you, hey, who are you? Okay, if you are because only few people has allowed to this EC2 instance. Only few people has access to EC2 instance. For example, we are working in a corporate world, right? So we have a security guard. Security guard, unless we have an ID, security guard will not allow to your office, right? Similarly, if we have proper port number, proper IP address only, the security group will allow our EC2 instances. Okay, from outside world. That's the main purpose. I hope everything got this idea, right? For now. Okay. Let us forget about security group. Now, in the security related stuff, there is another thing called NACL. NACL. Okay. I will explain about that in another way. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. So this one. This line, this. So this is NACL. I think I haven't put up the name, but let me, I don't know whether the option or not. Okay, that's fine. I think there is no, I haven't put the name called NACL here, but that's okay. So here we see the EC2 instance is encrypt, I mean, like enclosed in a security group. For example, security group is related to EC2 instance level. Okay, but this NACL, what we call NACL, is related to subnet level. For example, I have one port. I blocked one port. That's okay for EC2 instance. Security group can port. But there are some 500 ports are there. You know. And hence we cannot provide a security group. And hence we provide security in subnet level. And this NACL, yeah. Sorry, this one. I'm extremely sorry once again. So this one. So this is the security wall for subnet level. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we have only few ports to enter into our EC2 instance. Similarly, only few ports can able to enter into public subnet. And this one acts as firewall or security for a subnet level. Similar to here as well as similar to here. Okay, so that's what NACL. So I will discuss much more deep dive into it when we enter into the what we call security group or NACL. Okay, that's a firewall concepts. Okay, now let's okay, let me just refresh what we have covered so far and we'll cover whatever we didn't cover so far. We cover region, let's say Mumbai region. We cover this availability zone. I think this is the availability zone. Yes, this is the availability zone, and this is the VPC, and this one is NACL NACL, which protects this public subnet, entire public subnet. This is the another NACL, which provides this entire private subnet. And again, we have EC2 instances, and we have security group, which provides this EC2 instance. And okay, I think so far we have covered this. Now let us cover the remaining components, which are NAT gateways and main route table. This is route table, and this is main router, and this is internet gateway, and this finally internet. Okay, yeah. So let's cover the rest of the stuff. So what is a NAT gateway? Yeah. So in private subnet, this is the private subnet. In our private subnet, we have some security related data. Not every data can be stored in public subnet. Okay, not every data can be stored in EC2 instance or in public subnet. Okay, we always have a sensitive data, and this sensitive data can be stored only in private subnet in our EC2 instance. Okay, so to connect our EC2 instance in private subnet to the outside world, we have a NAT gateway. Okay, and this NAT gateway will present in public subnet. Okay, and this NAT gateway is connected to our router, and this router is connected to our internet gateway. This way, EC2 instances in private subnet will be able to connect to the internet. That's the main concept. So this is the flow. EC2 instance will go to NAT gateway. By this NAT gateway, it goes to the main router. By this main router, we have internet access, and this internet access will this is called internet gateway, which is connected to the VPC, and this internet gateway will allow to internet. That's related to the NAT gateway. So now, what is this route table? Okay, and what is this route table? What's the difference between these two route tables? Okay, so this route table defines the rules. This route table defines the rules through which the flow of EC2 instance should go. For example, in this VPC, to communicate internal EC2 instances, we provide one rule. Let's say for this IP, this EC2 instance can communicate with each other. Okay. Similarly, this route table has another rule where this EC2 instance can communicate to the internet gateway. That's where this route table needs for this public subnet. Similarly, for this private subnet, this EC2 instance to go to this NAT gateway, we should provide some rule here in NAT group. We call it as some inbound or outbound rule. Yeah, outbound rule. Okay. Similarly, with this instance, so this route table allow transfer of data from this EC2 instance to NAT gateway. Okay. And finally, this is the main route table. Through this main route table, it allows to the internet gateway. Since our route table always says public subnet to go to the internet, and hence this route table converts our converts of data to go to the internet, and we can fetch the details. So that's what the main purpose of this route table. So don't worry for now. I will explain you much more detail in the coming videos. Now, what is internet gateway? The name itself is internet gateway, right? So if you want to connect to the outside world, the internet gateway is the tool here. Even in our route table in the public subnet, we provide 0.0.0.0 has to go to the internet gateway. Then only our transfer of data or our institutions will communicate to the outside world. Okay, that's part of the internet gateway. I hope I covered all these components. If it instance NAT gateways, route tables, router, main router, IG group, and internet gateway. So the main thing is, don't worry about, I have some points, I know that. Make sure I will explain each component in detail. Okay, you will get better intuition on it. Okay, see you guys. See you. Thank you. Bye.